Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, wherever you happen to be. Welcome to another edition of the Living World of Darkness. The scene is set in one particular Death of Rabbits apartment building with Josh Rain currently underneath the kitchen sink, going through several different cleaning supplies, the bleach, the ammonia, apparently not mixed, as well as some Mr. Clean solution. And he's going to go ahead and actually take a swing at making sure that his kitchen is rather clean and squeaky. It's been some time, actually, since he's gone ahead and done a full clean, and after getting the night off from the penthouse, he's just going to go ahead and clean simply because he hasn't been able to get the appropriate preparations done for the Golden Child mission just quite yet.
Mm, well, Lily, at first she went over to Mr. Silas's bar, but had found that Josh wasn't working. So, interesting. She doesn't quite know where he is. So she's just gonna stop by his apartment first, see if he's there. If not, she can always try and call him, but he'll probably be somewhere else, doing Shadow World things or getting himself drunk at some kind of bar. So she walks up to the door, rings the bell.
Right, the Josh goes ahead and peeks his head up from beneath the sink and just goes in and said, "Bob, door." At which point there is a slight chill that runs over Lily's form, just ever so slightly, at which point it retreats and the door is then opened with the audible sound of locks unlocking.
Lily pushes open the door. She walks into the apartment. It's not the first time that something like this apparently has happened. So she just walks in. Josh, where are you?
Mm-hmm. Over here.
Where's over here? As she starts following the sound. Marco.
Justice goes ahead and stands up. The Manhattan apartment is slightly better than the Bronx one, simply because the Bronx one hadn't seen an actual living person in it for quite a number of months. In any case, upon seeing Lily, Josh will just go ahead and wave his hand, go to the refrigerator, and bring out two drinks, two beers actually, to set them on the counter for a second.
Hey, hon. How you doing?
Good. I got the night off, so I'm trying to make the most of it.
What? Drinking beer? By the way,
Drinking beer and cleaning this goddamn kitchen.
oh, I
Yep.
thought I smelled something like that. It's bleach, no? Ugh.
Yep. At the current moment, Josh is just sort of spraying the bleach onto the white tiles of the counter and just scrubbing them as furiously as possible.
Mm. And Lily opens her beer and takes a good swing out of it. It's like, yeah. Okay, well, cleaning needs to happen, I guess. I haven't been here for some time. So, what you been up to lately?
What have I been up to? Right. Taking care of the Manhattan Staten Island business just for a little bit. Apparently they're making me a go-between on that type of thing. They just cannot talk to each other, which is fair enough on their part. Apparently met what's his face? Aaron? What's that wolf's name again?
Yeah, Aaron, the werewolf.
Yeah, yeah. I met
Yeah,
him in. I met him on the other side actually.
on the other side.
Yeah, I
Okay,
met him in the Shadowlands.
interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that the wolves could do that. And I met
Well,
his apparent right master as well.
I didn't know that they could do that either. But well, hey, what the fuck do I know about that place, right?
Hmm. Oh, you visited that place many, many a time, Lily.
Yeah, okay, but that doesn't make me the expert on that realm, you know?
Yeah, fair enough. We went ahead and got to actually talking about things, talking about dimensions, talking about worlds and realms and all that other good nonsense.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, as long as you enjoy yourself, I guess. Anything
Yeah.
on that Manhattan and Staten Island situations with the leeches?
Uh, well, Staten Island seems to be willing to talk to us and doesn't want to antagonize us, actually, which is good news all around.
Hmm, I see. Hmm.
Hmm.
You want me to meet them as well? You know, as
No.
being in charge at this point?
I would definitely advise against it.
Well, I don't
Okay.
know.
You seem to have taken up a lot of responsibility on your part. You're kind of way down here. Josh will go ahead and actually get out of the kitchen after making sure the spray bottle is to the side and the napkins are also to the side, and walk over to the reclining couch. Just sort of set his beer on the coffee table and gestures at a seat next to him.
Lily follows, but instead of actually sitting on the seat, she's sitting on the what do you call it?
Coffee table,
No, the thing that you lean against when you're sitting on a couch.
armrest.
Sure, that
All
thing.
right.
Yeah, I think I did something bad by doing that, Josh. Can't you be like, okay, basically I've said I want a month and then I'm gonna hold a vote. Could could you not like be tyrant again then? I mean, I'm pretty sure that everyone would vote for you if you were willing to take on the job.
Okay. What have you been doing lately? You seem to be much more involved in the court politics than I am at the moment.
I don't want to be. Well, to be honest, like I said, what have I been doing? I have been handing out punishment to Marcus, as you know.
Hmm?
I have basically said to everyone, okay, for a month I'll try and make things right. Just give me a month time, then you can judge on it whether you like it or not. After that month, I'm planning to hold a vote. Not necessarily where people are like, okay, are you okay with me or with anyone in charge who wants to be in charge, but basically like, okay, everybody write a name down that you think is the best for a tyrant position or a leadership position. And
I can definitely say exactly how that will go down. Marcus will say Marcus. Artemio will say, well, me, just because. Um, Al, if he's still around, will go ahead and vote for me as well. You'll vote for me, and then the sergeant will probably vote nobody.
well, then there you have it, 3 votes. That's you.
I don't need to be tyrant.
At that point, you'll have the most trust. I don't mind if that's the case, to be quite honest. Except for the fact that I don't want to see you hurt, and when you're in leader position, you basically have a big bullseye painted on you.
I already have a big bullseye painted on my forehead.
Why? Ooh.
Because I talk to everybody.
Then you should
Anybody I
stop
go ahead
that.
and talk to have a reason not to like me. You know what? I've worked through that.
Just be careful, please.
I always am. You remember the Blood Mage? You remember the Blood Mage? How foolish he was? How we actually benefited from that particular arrangement?
Yeah. Okay. Look, I already discussed this, so I basically know the answer on the question that I'm not gonna ask at this point. But I know you don't. You work best when you just do your thing, talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to see you hurt, and you know that too. I know you're smart, but there's always someone smarter. No offense, but
Well, it's true, but I'd like to think that haven't had to actually run away from any conversation, and hopefully that remains a facet of my life.
very well. But is that everything? Is that all that you? Okay, no. This is wrong. This sounds wrong, and I don't want to sound insulting. I can do this. I can be political. I hate being political, Josh. Okay, what would you think that the court needs at this point? What? How would you view the court?
I view the court as a collection of individuals who are all pursuing their own objectives, all coming together for the common cause of not getting screwed over by the other supernaturals.
Awesome. That's kind of how I want to do it. I want to give everybody. That's basically what I'm doing at this point. I'm meeting up with everyone just to discuss. Okay. So what would you like to do? And from you, it's a plus. I know that. And then I'm gonna hand out tasks based on what everybody wants to do. And all I'm gonna ask is that they gather info and that they do occasionally stuff that needs to be done. That's my
Fair
grand
enough.
scheme for our demons, our fallen. And I know it maybe sounds stupid, but I think if everybody is doing what they want to do, then I'm hoping that everybody will be happy. Er, happier. Uh,
Well,
but both
I've
Marcus
seen
and
it.
Artemio have been teasing me by saying that I should be the tyrant, and I don't see myself as a fucking tyrant. Josh, who
All
would you
right.
be as the tyrant? Honestly, who do you think would make? What do you need in a leader? What does our group need in a leader?
Okay. What does our group need in a leader? Well, go ahead and start with what works and what doesn't work. What doesn't work is a cross solution. It doesn't work if one of our tyrants, one of our leaders, is not willing to go ahead and step away from his own little fortress in the sky to actually talk with the rest of us. That doesn't work. We've seen that happen before.
Mhm.
What does work is somebody who's willing to open up their doors for other people. What works is if we have our own little sanctum, and that own little sanctum is clearly open and visible to, or at least all members of the court. What should work is somebody gathering them all up. Problem is, gathering all of us up in one place, it's much more difficult than most of the court will realize before they even try it themselves.
It's like herding cats.
hmm Now, after all that, you got the ability to go ahead and make grand proclamations, grand edicts, but in a little community like ours, grand edicts don't necessarily work all that well.
I know. It's not like I'm trying to. Um, Basically, the idea with the patriarchy and everything, it was a noble goal. It was stupid. You don't need noble goals, especially not around us. we need something that works, that will make everybody feel like they're doing something important, that will everybody make themselves feel like they're being appreciated, while doing the thing that they like and can do best.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that, and that's what I'm trying to build. But who would you see leading this rebel?
Well, in an ideal situation, it would be the one who wants to lead leading. But as we've seen, one person who actually put their name up to vote has sadly fallen short of everybody's expectations.
Mm. But is that because he was necessarily bad or because the expectations were too high?
I don't know. With Marcus, he was quite concerned with the loyalty of the court.
Yeah, I know. But you can understand. I wouldn't like to have the feeling that someone would try to stab me in the back while I'm not looking.
That's the thing about being a leader. Being a leader is being able to forgive being stabbed in the back. Being a
Mm,
leader is all about having some credit bleed off of you into other people so that they can actually go ahead and have a sense of direction in the court. Now, I have been here for longer than most of the current members of the court, simply
mm,
by dint of being here since this little community got started, since we actually had a lesser key. I wasn't necessarily a part of that court, but I was an outsider. I did observe. It wasn't for a long time, not until like the year, the year ago, that they actually went ahead and decided to introduce me to everybody.
I think I remember that. I was just around then, wasn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That was a long ass time ago, wasn't it?
Almost a year now. September? Something like that.
Something like that. We
Seems
survived the
ages
winter.
ago. Yeah, it seems ages ago, but then again, maybe not. It's weird.
What have we gone through? What has this court gone through in this 1 year? What can we actually take away from it?
Well, I remember in September there were a few people that I barely got to know, and then they left. There was Locke leading us. There was, I don't know, I wasn't that much involved in the early months. I was busy with, you know, getting the hang of things, mainly. And then the Earthbound thing just broke loose, and I remember at that point that I started doubting Locke a little bit, because she lied. Then then she was gone, and then Cross took over. Well, we all know how that ended.
Mm-hmm.
Idiot. And then you died. I hated that. Then you came back. That was good. Especially because I didn't get to murder anyone. That was really good. I would really feel
Mm-hmm.
bad if I had murdered Silas.
I would have felt bad too.
Mm, I know. I'll try not to murder anyone anymore when I'm scared of having lost someone. Or when I'm
Josh will
angry.
go ahead, give up his hand, raise his arm up, and put it into her lap. Don't worry about that.
Hmm. I try not to, but yeah. Anyway, then the Earthbound was solved. We had Cross as a leader who basically did nothing. And then we formed a web. And we decided to fuck the court. You took over a little bit. Actually realized that we might need the court. We got into contact with the Revengers. I grew a little. And here we are. Marcus took over. Shit happened. I'm done with it. That's the only reason why I decided to say what I said, because I was done with things not working the way we want them to work.
They never do, really.
No,
They never do.
I know there will always be trouble and there will always be shit to solve, but if we just have a firm base, and that's what I want to set up, a firm base. We're not big enough to form an actual patriarchy, or we would have already had a base. Besides, I don't really like that idea, but still, it has some good points, so I'm building on that, our own perfect court system, or at least the base. If we get the base in, then someone who can actually lead can take over, but who? What do we need? What kind of tyrant do we need? What kind of tyrant would you need, Josh? Or would you be the tyrant? Would we actually still fucking call it the tyrant?
Yeah. I'll give you some examples and what I observed when I first got out. When I first got out, we were pretty much all stuck in the old traditions, the old beliefs. We didn't have necessarily the contact information. We were all walking about on their own little way, still thinking that we were soldiers in a war. Once we figured out that we weren't the only ones out there, we sort of congregated to ourselves. We did. It was fantastic. It was wonderful. We had the old patriarchy. We had that old hierarchy. I mean, there were gaps in the hierarchy, but they were still there. Now, eventually we realized that we didn't behave the way we ought to in such a hierarchy. We had rebel rousers, or we didn't necessarily have rebel rousers, and you can say that we all rebelled, but we were all essentially still following orders, still following the orders of our superiors. Led to the conflict that broke the court in the first place. The lesser key became lesser key, and everybody else fled to Jersey. Now, I was there. I saw this happening. I didn't. Well, at least I tried not to take a part in it. Cross did tell me I had to do certain things, which I now regret, but at the time seemed like the most important thing in the world at least.
Yeah,
then Locke showed up. Yeah. Then Locke showed up, told me I was good, told me I should, present myself, and I did. That's where I met you. Things became a whole lot better.
They did?
In the early days, at least. You were very, very good.
And now?
You're still good. You're still very, very good. The problem was, back in the early days, still getting in touch, still understanding the kind of damage that was left behind after we were thrown into the pit. And I have to say, I actually despaired. It was a very, very depressing time for me, simply because it all hit me rather way too quickly. And I do remember you were there for me, and I appreciated that.
You still sound like
the Earthbound situation. Yeah. Then the Earthbound situation actually came to a head, and I remember you, me, in Mr. Webb's office, his home, actually talking about it, actually taking a stand against it. I remember it was you and me against the entire world. And you say that the lesser key, you say that the web, developed after the Earthbound incident. No. That happened during. That happened during it, when we were all under fire by the Earthbound, I realized, just as much as you're realizing right now, that we do desperately need organization, structure, a calling point, a beacon, a banner to rally behind and under. For me, and that was Battle Pain. Because for some strange reason, a loyalist, a loyalist saw in me the potential to actually do something good. The potential to actually be trustworthy, to safeguard something that he himself viewed as very, very precious, as I still do. After that, after the Earthbound, after that big conflict was over, we did have the Jersey Devils. They were still a problem. We were still trying to work with it. And even though we seem to have beaten them back quite a bit, we may have left something undone. We still have work to do.
Mm.
Now, that leads to you. It really does. You've seen how the court system works and how it doesn't work. You want to take your hand in it? I appreciate it. I applaud you for the effort, whether it works out or not.
I don't want to do it. I wish someone else could do it.
Everybody does. Everybody.
It sucks. Really, it sucks. I wanted to be back to the old days. I liked the you and me against the world thing.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what's gonna happen with the vote. I hope that I can present a good base for everyone to build upon, so that the next tyrant, whoever that may be, doesn't have to go through the effort of hurdling cats that much.
It's the nature of this world. It doesn't really work as it's supposed to.
Mm,
Hell, it's one of the reasons a lot of the old court left. They simply saw other cities like Los Angeles and how they had worked it out. We're at a disadvantage in New York,
mm,
definitely. With rival cities such as that, Europe, Africa, Asia.
mm. I don't necessarily need to be the best of the best. As long as we are the best of the best to ourselves. How did we change into this?
What do you mean, how did we change?
You and me. You mentioned quite a few times that you liked how it was in the early days between you and me. What happens?
In the end, life happens.
Why? Why do things change? What has happened? What has changed us? There's something in between us. I can feel that. It's not how it was. What has happened, Josh?
Nothing. Nothing. We haven't. You say that we've changed. We haven't changed. We just haven't. The kind of problems that we've been having is just the problems we've always been having. It's just we haven't taken the time to actually fix any of them. You're still you, I'm still me, and I think we both thought we would sort of mesh eventually.
So we're still good?
I don't know. Are you good?
If you are. I'm sorry, I'm asking. I mean, I get when I came back from the mages, I had Marcus almost begging me not to contact you. Then after that, I had a really weird conversation with you, but that turned out to be Charlotte, so fuck that. But then I had Artemio, who said that I should apologize to you. And just now, I had Marcus saying that you don't want me anymore. And you're wondering why I'm asking if we're still good? If you're still good? If something has changed?
Okay. Billy, I'm very, very patient. I'm very, very long suffering, and that might be to my own detriment, simply because I've seen this world and I know how to take a lot of anguish into myself. And eventually, I thought that you would be able to pick up on that, but that was completely unfair on you. So I guess I have to spill it out and all the painfulness. Lily, you hurt me. You did.
Lesbos?
Yes. You hurt me on Lesbos.
I'm sorry. I. It's not that I'm not trying to fight it, you know. It's it's something that's rooted so much, so deeply in my nature that it just takes over. It's, it isn't something that I can control, or well, not yet. I hope I can. I want to.
So you want to change something about yourself. Change something very, very deeply rooted inside you.
I don't want to hurt you. I would rather send myself back to the pit, or fucking hell, I would send myself to the host if it would mean that you would never get hurt again. And I mean that. You want me to do that?
No, I don't want you to do that. That'd be completely and utterly selfish.
So you want me to do that? You want me to go, and
No.
you don't want me to be here anymore, so I can't hurt you anymore.
It's your nature, right? Well, it's my nature to be a fucking martyr. It's one of my most terrible traits in the world. That's my own way of being. It's very, very selfish. To be miserable by myself.
That must be horrible.
only as horrible as I let it be.
Maybe Artemio can help me. There's a difference between love and lust. A big difference. I know that that isn't love. What's happening? That every time it's not love. It's purely physical. It's just something in me.
You're young. You're very young. Both in spirit and both in form. You can't change your nature, not without a lot of help. And even then, that's not what needs fixing. If anything needs fixing, it's not you, because you're alright. It's a part of your nature, and I wanted to accept that a long, long time ago. Hell, I accepted it a long, long time ago when I realized the relationship that you had with Locke. I thought for certain that you would walk away from me at any moment to be with her again.
She didn't want me.
She did.
She had her leech. She was happy with that leech. She told me she didn't want me. Not like that. She pulled me out to repay, basically, to because she promised. I doubt she
No,
would have pulled me out. What? No?
it's always been much, much more. I don't know if it was previous history mixed in with the new host, but there was definitely a longing there for you.
Well, I know what happened in the past, and it's something that's me too. I still feel that. But like I said, she had something else. So I kicked myself away from that. It hurted. And it was rather mixed because I kicked that part of my feelings in a very dark corner. At the same time, because of that, I was able to enjoy the feelings that I have for you so much more. I don't know what would have happened if she basically asked me to, you know, be hers once again. I can't honestly tell. At this point, there is no difference in the amount of love and affection that I feel for the both of you. Well, there's a difference in it, but not in amount, but more in the way. With her, it kind of feels like coming home. While with you, it's fresh, it's new, it's exciting. I love exploring you.
Fair enough. The question becomes, are those still the same flavors? You say that they are the same flavors. The amount of affection that you give. But am I still new? And do I still carry that novelty?
Compared to the years, well, millennia that I've been together with her, yeah, you're still brand new. There's still so much that I don't know about you. And I love it. I love the fact that I don't know. It, I don't know what your favorite flavor of ice cream is.
It's vanilla.
I don't want the answers, Josh. I want to hunt them down. I want to find out. I want to be surprised. That is, if you're not tired of me.
I'm not tired of you. I really am not. I like the fire. I really do. It's one of the things that first attracted me to you, simply because you were willing to take the jump. I've never been able to take the jump on myself. No. Always needed incentive. Always needed help. You know how cautious I am. And while I do
Says
these
the guy who
vague
goes
plans,
talking to leeches and werewolves and mages. You are so jumping.
that may be true, but at least I have a system in place. These are very, very clandestine meetings. I know what I'm doing. At that time, it's just a practice. It's just a skill. It's just something for the fun of it, really. It's very, very dangerous. I know. I know the kind of risk I take, but it's the preparation. It's the prep work. Trying to get everything just right, having the conversation, whether it goes bust or whether it actually proves fruitful and useful for both parties. I find that fantastic and fascinating. I kind of assume that's the kind of work I did anyways in the war. There's a reason that nobody remembers me. Nobody's supposed to remember me.
But I do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it goes back to the nature. It really does. I was made to be miserable. I was made to be miserable and do work for bigger powers than myself. Do them quite faithfully, quite well.
Hmm. Well, how do we fix things then?
Hmm. From what I can tell, if I can try to take a third party perspective on all this, you're very, very hot. I'm very, very cold. And when we get together, actually, I think that's the lyrics to some song. I can't quite remember at the moment.
I think I need another beer for this. Oh, right. So, want another beer?
Yeah, sure, sure. Go ahead and pick out another six pack.
Cool. It's in the fridge?
Yeah.
Okay. Lily walks towards the kitchen, opens the fridge, looks around, gets a six pack, looks for anything to eat. Any of the cabinets.
There are a few cabinets with some bread slices, and in the refrigerator there happens to be a small deli section
Mm.
with meats and cheeses.
Yay, meats. And cheese. Goes ahead, comes back with her arms full of both the six pack beer and food, and she just dumps it on the couch. She just sits next to it, leans against Josh. We should have movie nights again. Weekly movie nights. And I know what I gotta do to fix this. I know. It won't happen again, I promise you. You know about taking the jump?
Yeah.
I'll take it. I think I know a way.
How? How are you going to take the jump? How am I going to take the jump? What compromises are we willing to do?
You don't need to. For
The
once,
hell I don't need to.
you don't have to be the martyr. Just trust me. I don't know what I'm doing. It's usually working.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and let you take it. Go wherever you need to go.
Fine. You don't happen to have the phone number of either Sam or Edwin?
I do. They called me up quite recently. What do you want with them?
Could you give me Edwin's?
Goes ahead and, scribbles down a number for you to take.
Cool. Thanks. Awesome. She puts it in her pockets. So, anything else? Is there anything else at this point? Anything I should know?
You do need to know some. You need to know more about important shit. Important, the world's gonna end kind of shit.
Oh man. Isn't there enough?
No, there's never enough. We got out of the pit when everything was broken. What do you expect? Things are not gonna get fixed anytime soon.
True. Okay, so who is trying to kill the world again? So destroy the world.
I don't really know. But why don't we start off with some good news, actually?
There's good news.
Yes, there's wonderful news.
Hmm.
Apparently, one of our brothers has escaped the pit. He's not utterly insane.
That is good news. Wow.
He's a doctor, like Artemio. He's just instead of the House of the Deep, he's from the House of the Winds.
I see.
I hope he makes a good addition to the court. I had the opportunity to actually go visit him. Doesn't seem all that bad.
So, you happen to have like a contact number of him?
I have his office phone.
Maybe I can, well, unless you think it wouldn't be smart to do so, but maybe I can visit him as well.
I already told them to expect visitors.
Very well. I guess I'll visit him.
Now, for the next bit of news.
Bring on the bad stuff.
From what I can tell, somebody is trying to incentivize the people of Staten Island to go ahead and retaliate against us.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why would they retaliate? It's not like we did any fucking thing wrong, now did we? We went talking to them?
No. Yeah, yes, we're talking to them. We're not, we don't have open hostilities with them. We have very covert meetings. We actually have a dialogue with these people, no matter what they do behind closed doors. But apparently, somebody went ahead and sent them weapons specifically designed against our kind.
Right.
Knives warded against us. Spirits. Demons.
And you think that's a true story?
Well, if it were a false story, if they didn't genuinely want to not take hostilities to us, they would have kept the weapons secret and just simply used them. If they're trying to turn us against the Manhattan Islanders, well, they'll be very hard-pressed to do so. But here's the big problem. There's only a few people, a few beings, that could conceivably know how to ward those weapons. And I think that some of the blood mages may still be in the city, and I think they may have gotten into their heads that you're still a threat.
What, you mean blood mages? You don't mean the actual mages like Edwin and Sam, right? You mean
No, 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 no.
elite
I'm
mages?
reasonably assured that they wouldn't do this. The runes and the markings, they weren't as perfect as the will workers in Chelsea. No, 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 no. These were.
Have you actually seen
Yeah.
that knife?
You wanna fucking see it?
You have it?
Yes.
Well, why didn't you? Can you actually touch it?
No.
Okay, so it's the true story then.
Yeah. That thing is
Hey,
warded against Arcane.
fucking hell. Right. I think I know what to put on this case. Can I take the knife?
Depends. What are you gonna do with it?
Hand it to Oscar.
I didn't even know Oscar was back in town.
He is.
I'm actually rather reluctant to do so.
What? You want to go after it? No way. No.
Well, I do want to
No.
help, but Lily, no, Oscar. Oscar hasn't been really the most faithful among us.
I think he would do a fine job actually, but how about this? I'll tell him that there's something that's worth his time and that he could be useful for, and I'll send him into your direction. Works better for you?
Just go ahead and give him a fine. Give him a picture as well. He goes. Josh will actually go ahead and jump off the couch, walk to his own little study. We'll go ahead and curse for quite a few number of minutes before coming out with a set of Polaroids of the weapon. It is a dagger. The runes are quite visible. Josh has already identified them as those against spirits and or demons. He just goes ahead and hands them to you, saying, "All right, this is what I can part with at the moment."
Hmm. Fine. I can see if there's anyone else who's willing to get involved.
Yeah, I think you should do so. I think the sergeant,
Was
if you
thinking
need
of
fiend
that.
support, the sergeant will definitely be your go-to man.
Well, I can probably ask both of them.
Hmm.
Let me see what I can turn up with. Might actually be good for Oscar to have something to focus on.
If you can get that man to do so, be my guest.
Hmm. So, who else wants to destroy the world? Because you said you had bad news.
Well, the warded weapons are one of them.
Hmm. I know. There's the New Jersey problem. I know that too.
Hmm.
It's kind of
And I
the
need to
issue.
go ahead and actually pick up my lost property.
Yes, you told me. There's still nothing.
I still need to get the right amount of people together and actually go after it.
I'll be
The
there.
universe doesn't revolve around me. The universe does not revolve around me, I've learned.
Well, my universe does.
Okay, fair enough. You know the one thing I'm actually really disappointed about?
What?
That I scared Reggie off. I didn't mean to do so. I had a feeling she isn't going to want to see me for a number of days.
To be quite honest, I don't think she wants to see me either. I haven't spoken to her ever since I got out of the mage's place. she hasn't contacted me.
If you want, I can go ahead and use my old contacts in the homeless community. See if she hasn't fallen into one of the missing person cases as well. Wouldn't take me too awfully much of effort. See if I can't track her down.
That would be nice. I don't want her if she doesn't wants to be found, if she doesn't want to be found by me, then that's fine. I don't mind giving her time. I can understand that getting to know yourself again is confusing. I just want to make sure that she's safe.
I can do that. I can make sure she's safe. We can give her time. I had a feeling that she didn't appreciate me talking to her about her as if I just knew her.
Hmm.
I,
Well,
I don't know what I can say when you told me that was Locke in a new body. I got very, very excited. I thought most of my problems would just be over. I thought that, hell, it was like the Morning Star coming back and telling me that everything was going to be fine and okay. I overreacted, I know. And I caused her a lot of stress, I know.
well, I don't know if I did any good, to be honest. But if she wants to talk to me, I'll make sure that I'll tell her that you said that you didn't want to cause her that much stress. It still hurts.
I told you. I told you it'd be madness that got us. I told you, didn't I? I don't want to seem like I'm gloating, but
Yeah, you are.
I did say there was a certain madness that went with their kind, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
All I wanted to do was take that plane ride back home with you.
Back home?
Do you remember that?
Hmm, not really. It's fuzzy.
It was all a dream. It really was. But the best part about it was when I was with you.
Hmm. Now how about we keep that in reality? You and me.
Even with all the little foibles.
I'll set things right, I promise. It won't happen again.
Are you sure? You said you were going to take the jump and then I wouldn't have to do anything, but are you very, very sure about that?
Yes. I hope it's gonna work out the way I'm not. It's not a plan that I thought out yet. It's literally a jump in the dark. I don't know if it's actually capable, but I can always try. And well, if it doesn't work, then I don't know. Could be nothing happens. Could be something happens. We'll see. Could be good. Could be bad. Whatever. I'm gonna do it.
Alright, fair enough. Those are
Just
exactly the kind of thoughts that I thought when I first saw you.
that's cool.
Hell, when I first saw you, I had no idea, absolutely none, that we'd be talking right here.
Hmm. The world was still so new. Everything was still so fresh at that point. If something If I'm jumping in the dark and it's going wrong, don't blame yourself, okay? I did this. I choose this. Okay?
Fair enough. I'll let you make your own decisions. If you need me, I'll be there. I'm
Hmm.
always there. Whether you need me in the court, or whether you need me just right here.
For now, just right here. I want to enjoy you and me before everything might change.
Then go ahead. Josh actually goes ahead and reclines a little bit. You want to watch something, or you want to do something?
Hmm. Whatever you're up for, hon. I'm not picky at this point.
Josh just goes ahead, reach over to one of the remotes, and he'll go ahead and actually play the soft music channel. It's one of those extended channels. It's actually piped into something a little bit more low key, something a little bit more mood like.
And I guess we can cut the scene there. Sounds like a good point.
Fair enough. Mm-hmm.
Okay, everyone, thanks for watching and good night.